Are you in your 40s, 50s, or even beyond and feeling like you're behind on your retirement savings? Maybe you're even worried that you'll never be able to retire because you're so far behind. Thinking about retirement in your 20s is a skill that not everyone has. I mean, seriously, you're 20 years old, fresh out of college, or maybe just getting into your first serious job after high school, and retirement feels years away. Why should you bother thinking about it now? And so that thought gets pushed off again and again. Maybe your job offered a 401k or retirement plan and you figured you'd set it up later and you never did. And now you've realized you should have thought about this a long time ago. Well, here's the truth. You can catch up. You just need a different strategy than someone who's been saving for years. So for now, just while you're watching this video, let's shift that panic into action and talk about what you can do if you're late to start on your retirement savings. I know that might be hard to believe, especially if you're in your 40s, 50s, or even beyond and you feel like you missed the boat. But here's the thing. It happens to more people than what you'd think. Most people don't start saving seriously until later in life because let's be real, when you're in your 20s or 30s, retirement feels like some distant fuzzy concept that doesn't really need your attention yet. Life happens, bills happen, and savings can feel like a someday thing. But now that you're thinking about it, here's the good news. It's not too late. You can catch up. And with that said, let's also be honest about the reality. Starting later means that you don't have as much time for compound interest to do the heavy lifting. You do need to be more intentional with your savings choices, and you may have to make some trade-offs or push a little harder to hit your goals. But listen, this isn't about doom and gloom. It's about facing reality with clarity and a plan. The mindset shift here is simple. Instead of thinking, I'm so far behind, what's the point? Start thinking, what's the first thing that I can do right now? Because even if you didn't start saving in your 20s, you have something even more powerful right now. More life experiences, more clarity about what you want your future to look like, and the ability to make smarter, more intentional choices. So don't let that thought of, I'm just too late, get in your way. Let's instead shift into problem-solving mode. So, all right, if you're starting late, the key is to be intentional. You can't just hope to drift into a comfortable retirement. It's not just going to happen on its own. You've got to take action. And the good news is there are a few different ways that you can start catching up. Now, you don't have to do all of these at once. Think of this as a menu of options. Just pick one or two that feel doable right now and build from there. So the first option is to increase your savings rate. If you've been putting in 5 or 10% of your income toward retirement, consider bumping it up. Maybe you start aiming for 15 or 20% or even more if you can afford it. For example, if you're earning $60,000 a year, that's about $5,000 a month. So saving 15 to 20% would be somewhere between $750 to $1,000 a month. I know that sounds like a lot, but remember, you're catching up. This is about prioritizing your future, even if it means tightening up in other areas for a while. Option 2 is to invest more aggressively if it fits your risk tolerance. When you're younger, you have time to recover from the market's ups and downs. But when you're older, you might need to take on a bit more risk just to make up for the lost time if it aligns with your comfort level and your financial situation. This does not mean going all in on risky stocks. It means looking at your portfolio and seeing if you're playing it too safe and considering whether a shift could help you grow your money faster. Option 3 is to take advantage of catch-up contributions. If you're 50 or older, the IRS actually gives you a boost. You can contribute extra to certain retirement accounts like your 401k, your IRAs, beyond the normal limits. It's like they're saying, hey, we get it, you're starting later, so here's a little bit of help. If you can save more to put into these accounts, then take advantage of these catch-up contribution opportunities. Option 4 is to earn more when possible. And I know this is not an easy one because the last thing that you want to be doing at this stage of life is working more. But earning more income, even temporarily, can give you that little bit of extra money that you need to put toward retirement. For example, my brother is in this exact situation. He's been doing side gigs like DoorDash, Instacart, and a few other delivery services. By working an extra 12 to 20 hours a week, mostly on the weekends, and a couple of hours in the evenings, he's been able to earn anywhere from a few $100s up to $600 extra per week. That can make a real difference, and it's flexible enough to fit into a busy schedule. And here's the thing, working extra does not have to mean taking on a second job, putting in overtime at your current job, or just grinding yourself into the ground. It's about finding opportunities to bring in extra income in a way that fits your life, and then using that money intentionally towards your retirement, not toward things that you want. So again, you do not have to tackle everything at once. Just start with what feels doable for you right now. So now you know it's not too late, and you've got a few strategies to help you catch up. But let's not just talk about it. Let's actually do something, because taking action is the only way that's going to get you prepared for your retirement. So here's your action plan for this weekend. If you don't have a retirement account yet, open one. This is step one. Whether it's a 401k through your employer, a traditional IRA, or a Roth IRA, just get the account set up. Second is to fund the account right away. It doesn't have to be a huge amount. Just get something in there. Even 50, 100, couple $100 is a win, because you're creating momentum. It's like pushing a car that's stuck. Once you get it going, it's easier to keep it going. The next one is to automate your contributions based on your paydays. Set up an automatic transfer that pulls money from your checking account into your retirement account every time you get paid. And this is where the magic happens, because once it's automated, you stop relying on memory and willpower and start building momentum automatically. And here's a quick tip from my own experience. When I first started setting up auto transfers, I used to worry, what if the money comes out before my paycheck hits the bank? So instead of scheduling the transfer on the same day I get paid, I set it up for a couple of days after my payday just to give it a buffer. That way, if something mysterious happens and my paycheck was ever delayed for whatever reason, I don't have to worry or stress about an overdraft payment or a bounced payment. It's a small tweak, but it just gives you an extra little bit of peace of mind when you're building the habit. So this weekend, if you're truly serious about ending the procrastination and actually getting started with your retirement plan, it's just time to take action. Open the account, fund it, automate some payments into there. Once you've got that done, you can just start looking at some of the other options, like increasing your savings, adjusting your investments, or finding ways to boost your income. But for now, just focus on getting that first system in place. And remember, this isn't about getting it perfect, it's just about getting started. Opening and funding your retirement account is the perfect first step to make that happen. But if you want to know how to make your money actually grow once you've started your retirement account, watch this video next.